What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing another VOD review of Rank 1 North America K3 Soju. Soju has been playing so much since he got back from Macau. He has achieved Rank 1. Look at his scores up here, 115 on that stream that this VOD is from. He's been beasting it up, so we gotta watch some more. So, and you know, he's always a fun person to watch. Soju always likes to do some crazy stuff here. First, I actually really want to look at units that he holds here because he's probably gonna get 2 gold here. Gets the Renata, so a lot of actually options here in this position. Do you want to sell the Vlad and pick up something like a Morgana Draven? Do you want to, sell the Renata and pick up like Morgana Draven as well, or do you not even care about the Morgana Draven? I'm leaning towards selling Vlad here, holding onto the Renata, keeping the Sentinel line open, but I'm actually really curious what his priority is here. Maybe just, yeah, okay, he does end up selling the Vlad here. I think that makes the most sense. Leaves this Sentinel Renata line open, which is one of the strongest lines. I mean, look at his items already as well. And he'd be very, very happy to be able to also pick up this Rel and this Singed if he can. Though, let's see if he gets, yeah, he gets a little bit more gold. So I have to imagine, yep, this is going to be the call, pick up all that. And a Lux as well. All right. If he wanted to force Renata here, I would not blame him. We have superstars, a full archangels to slam. This looks like a Renata spot to me, honestly, which surprises me because I don't believe that this is a Renata game unless I picked the wrong VOD. But all right. I mean, yeah, I would. I mean, he must scout here and see that there's someone else who has an even better spot for it. I mean, am I really? I mean, this guy fell here, has pretty good items, has essentially like half Archangels, half like Nashers. But they have a Renata and they have a Rel as well. So I guess his thought process, maybe we reroll and we find something even better. I mean, investment strategy is so broken for this comp as well. Yeah, how does he? I'm shocked that we don't end up actually playing here, but I guess he sees this guy ends up picking up Starry Night, and so he says, okay, you know what, I'm contested here. I'm just gonna take Pilfer and play a regular game of TFT. I mean, hats off to you, K3 Soju. I think there's a lot of people out here who would have just hard forced Renata from this spot, and Soju is not a weak TFT player. He doesn't want to always take the easiest route. He usually just wants to take the harder route and makes himself, go fast state, play an econ augment like this, and just play kind of like standard good TFT. So I'm excited to see what this game ends up looking like. But yeah, actually not wanting to be like so much not wanting to be contested in that Renata line that even though he has a fantastic spot for it, probably a better spot than the other player, he opts to still not play it just because he, like I said, doesn't want to be contested in the line, which, makes a lot of sense for somebody like Soju who is, rank 1 right now. Usually when you consider yourself better than all the other players in their lobby, you do not want to play Reroll because Reroll has the highest chance of just things going wrong, the highest chance of you getting more dogged by different stuff. So he's just like, you know what, I'm going to keep the game in my own hands and play just kind of a standard game of TFT, which, makes sense. We have Pilfer here, which is an okay econ augment. So far, it's giving us a gold per round, which for an augment that barely gives us any starting gold, what's the starting gold for Pilfer even? It's really, not amazing as an econ augment. You really want to be pilfering those big things. It's 0 starting gold, right? They used to have starting gold and then they got rid of it. So yeah, think of this as the worst reigning gold that you have ever seen in your life. It's giving us 1 gold per round, but it gave us +0 at the start. The hope is that later game, it will give us a little bit more gold than reigning gold would. Also holding on to the Ziggs pair here, kind of giving an idea of what Soju wants to play towards this game, which is Dominators, which makes sense. That is the very, very standard AP line. Looking for potentially a Shojin off Carousel here if we want to play that line. Could also even take a blue buff here and angle towards something like a Heimerdinger. We do have a 3-cost belt here. I feel like this has to be the pickup. Yeah, it's onto a Blitzcrank, which, supports the Dominator line. It is either half Nashers or half Warmogs or half Sunfire. This belt item is just so good. So I think you can be very, very pleased about picking this up. And yeah, he's just actually going to pivot the line at this point saying, you know what? I want to start playing into the board that I'm going to be playing into eventually. I was wondering if he would look at making 20 gold here, but no, he isn't interested in making 20 gold. Looks like he really just is that serious about Ziggs as an item holder, which is kind of interesting. Ziggs, you wouldn't think as being an amazing early game item holder. The upside is that we do get to, actually proc Dominator here. And so he looks tired. He didn't proc Pilfer that last fight. I think that's why he was so exasperated. I mean, this is Soju, what? 3 hours into a 12-hour stream? This Soju guy, I don't know. Obviously this guy is going to, he is on the Mount Rushmore of at least NA TFT, if not global TFT. But man, this guy, I mean, the work ethic is insane. The fact that he's just dropping a 12-hour stream and I'm looking at him and he already looks tired. Like if I was in Soju's spot right here, not game wise, but oh look, it's almost like Christmas themed, his hoodie with the white under it. But you know, if I was feeling how Soju was feeling right now, I would probably be like, all right, I'm calling it after this, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Speaking of which, actually, I haven't been streaming a lot recently, so I haven't been promoting the fact that I am still doing another one of those sponsorships where if you do the if you partake in the game, if you play the game, you can get access to free coaching. So link in the description down below. But not because I haven't promoted that much, it's kind of your game because not that many people have done it. So if you are interested in getting free coaching, you can just use the link down below. Even if you just download the game, you're already getting one entry, which is like once again, there aren't that many entries, and it's going to end in a few days. So yeah, if you go and play the game, the game is Star Trek Fleet Command. If you go play the game, you actually have like really good odds of getting free coaching. So go check it out if you're interested. If not, all good. But you know, even if you don't care about the free coaching, you could always do it just to support the channel. But I mean, yeah, that would be those are the best. That's the bestest. All right, next augment here, Lone Hero. We full pivot into a Lux game. I wish, but we have 0 Luxes at this point. We're already pushed to level 5. It's pretty tough to make this work. So, wish we would have seen this as first augment. Maybe we could have seen a Soju Lone Hero game. We are mid HP, so Kingslayer looks pretty bad as well. I would love something more combat oriented here. He's looking at Rolling for Days, which is just decent econ. I wonder if you ever do consider something like Glass Cannon. 12% damage amp. I know a lot of people don't like this augment very much, and a lot of people do like Rolling for Days, and yeah, that is going to be the pickup. Just kind of like, this is an augment stats angle with no augment stats, but I'm pretty sure if you asked Soju what the augment stats, you know, Rolling for Days is like a 4 or something, and the other one, Glass Cannon, is like a 4.6 or a 4.7 or something like that. So we're doing fake augment stats here, just taking the augment that honestly is maybe a little bit, you know, weaker in our specific spot because we're already econ augment. Do we really need Rolling for Days here? But you know, maybe just the stronger augment overall. It is a lot of gold that you get for this 11 free refreshes that Soju is really just going to hold at this point. And ooh, he does pick up a win here. A little scary, but we actually got there. Very, very nice. But all right, okay. Continuing to just chill on this board for now. Really a pretty mediocre board. Yeah, he can get Automata in here, which is nice because playing the double Rels, I mean, yeah, they're benefiting from Visionary, they're benefiting from Sentinel, but still, you know, not really that excited to be playing double Rel at this point in this game. This guy, actually, of all people, looks like they ended up playing Renata, which is kind of hilarious. This Pilfer guy with the Renata, so good on Soju to not end up playing this comp. I didn't even notice this guy at the start, but I thought it was going to be the Starry Night guy, but the Starry Night guy might not end up playing it. Soju, once again, very exasperated about his loss here, but all good. We are looking at just figuring something to make out of this tier here. Could be another Shojin at this point. Could be, we have Spark here, so can't really be a static Shiv. Yeah, you're looking at maybe double Shojin. Ooh, the belt here for something like a Vow. I mean, get faster cast onto your Dominators, maybe? Interesting. Or maybe he just wants to hold on to this. I mean, there's no Sunfire to be made at this point, so all right. The monkey is here from our encounter. So what do we got here? Oh, Scrap, not bad. So now it definitely does look like a Vow, definitely does look like double Shojin, and probably a GS to finish things out, honestly. We have everything else that needs to be made at this point. Obviously, not really necessary to make a GS at this standpoint. We don't have anyone that you'd be happy to put it onto, but definitely something that you can look at here. I don't really know what else would be made here. You know, the ideal is to make a GS here and then look for some other frontline item, I would say. And notice, of course, we're holding onto the Vlads here. The idea being that we are going to play for Dominators this game, level for a Nunu, I guess, here. It's another Visionary, and we get to make 49 gold here. I guess the idea is just Nunu actually has a chance of ending up on this board. He fits in pretty well with a lot of the traits. And so you might as well just play him for now. We have the Rel who fits nicely with the Nunu, so he's making the transition pretty easy on himself in the 4, probably 4-2, but maybe even 4-1, depending on how much gold we get. We do have all of these free refreshes here. Fighting Worth the Wait, a Mumu, but we just end up kind of sniping the backline through it, so it doesn't end up really mattering that they have an Amumu. Gonna hold on to another Ziggs here. And yeah, really start almost like pre-pivoting the board at this point. Going to get in a Watcher at this point, get in the Vladimir as well. I mean, if we get some gold here, I would not be shocked if we 4-1. If we get like 9 gold here, this is not quite 9 gold here. So maybe, let's see, 71 gold. I don't know. It's a little It's a little low for my blood. Okay, big issue. Okay, you kind of have to make Steadfast, I would say, in this spot. Yeah, just because how the heck else are you getting rid of this item, the Chain Vest? And then I have to imagine GS comes after that. Don't really want to make a red buff here. And then you're looking at just like Bow turning into maybe a Nashor's, and then the Cloak turning into some other frontline item, maybe even Adaptive Helm, and you just go super backline items. We'll see here. But yeah, he does decide to sack one more. Not really rich enough. He is holding on to these Ziggs, which is kind of interesting. A lot of Ziggs in this spot right now. 5 for K3. So Ju. All right, Sated Spellweaver, Little Buddies, Bulky Buddies. I'm actually really curious what he takes here. You know, Sated Spellweaver, theoretically, in a comp like this, like you're casting a lot, gaining a bunch of stacking AP, like it makes fights last longer. Bulky Buddies similarly makes fights last longer. And then Little Buddies, it's okay in this comp. You can usually, like, best case scenario, you can fit like 3 2 costs. So yeah, looks like he's just not interested in that at all, and he just wants to take the solid Bulky Buddies, which, you know, makes sense. It makes your board tankier, has good synergy with the Scion. There is a lot of good stuff in these shops so far. Looking to certainly, ooh, Mundo 2 has to come onto the board here. Gonna put items down there, 3 Black Rose. He's got just the Elise sitting on bench right now. Gonna continue to roll here, actually. Finally picks up the Garen, who's a fantastic unit on this board. Ends up playing, I think that was double Ziggs instead of 4 Black Rose, but yeah, I mean, you know, overall, a pretty solid pivot, and he made sure to get good value out of the Bulky Buddies. So yeah, I think Soju just valuing Bulky Buddies more in this comp. It's more frontline for your frontline, which is important. And yeah, I mean, just a solid augment in general. Also, we are 8 Ziggs at this standpoint. Okay, I don't know why I said standpoint, but we're 8 Ziggs here. So Soju, yeah, one off basically everything here, is just going to send it down, pick up. Oh, he's going to make the GS. Okay, yeah. He was thinking about potentially popping something off here. Okay, why are we playing double Garens over 4 Black Rose here? Unless Soju hates 4 Black Rose that much, but I think he's just a little dizzy here. But yeah, I mean, Ziggs 3 is going to be our carry this game. This is cool. So I haven't... this Ziggs comp, like playing for Ziggs 3 as like a main carry, is something that I've been really, really curious about, because... you know, some people have played around it. Some people are interested in it as like an idea, as like a strong way to play TFT. I have to imagine you pick up Nashor's here just to guarantee yourself a better item onto Ziggs, and then you can move the Shojin over. And then you just go Nashor's GS onto, I mean, really Cassiopeia at this point, but we'll see. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like most people think about playing around. Ooh, actually so many decisions here to be made. Like, what kind of board do you want to be playing right now? Because he's going to play the Silco here for 5 Dominator. And ooh, going to just cut the Garen at this point. Yeah, and just play 5-4 here. The Garen and the Blitzcrank here, and then sell the Blitzcrank. I think this is a really tough call here. Going to make the GS. I think he still wants to move the Nashors over to Ziggs. He just didn't have time here. So yeah, 5 Black Rose, 4 Dominator, and then yeah, just completely cut the Garen here. I mean, it makes a lot of sense for now, and then you can always level up, play the Garen again. You could even potentially cut a Black Rose and play 6 Dominator. Oh, I mean, yep, you can just take that. That is fantastic here. So, I mean, this is our spot here. Have to imagine the Nashor's is going to get made and moved over at this point. Oh, he doesn't have another remover. Okay, so he has to wait anyway for stuff. But yeah, you can also see, I've talked about this before, but note that the Scion is next to a clump of units for Bulky Buddies. He is not going to mess up Bulky Buddies value, and he's going to get Bulky Buddies value himself. It's kind of OP. Scion, that's the idea behind taking Bulky Buddies when you're playing for a Scion on your board, is that he's just kind of like another unit that can just get Bulky Buddies basically for free, right? You don't even have to really mess with your positioning for it, though. His positioning is a little messed in that he has his Cassiopeia up there. Kind of surprised that Cassio is up there and not Morgana. I guess the idea being the anti-shield tech for Morgana is kind of nice, whereas Cassiopeia, you know, Cassio 1 is really not going to do much here. But yeah, I mean, the Ziggs putting in a lot of work, sniping back with those little bombs. 10,000 damage, actually, kind of out of nowhere from the Ziggs is huge. Also, we did end up selling the Garen, which is interesting. Pick up a Scar here from our Pilfer. This is where the Pilfer really starts to ramp up and be good. Most people are putting high-cost units on their board, so you're getting a lot more value out of it. Have to imagine this is going to be a Nashor's onto Ziggs, maybe like just an adaptive helm as our last item if we can handpick what we wanted here, but have to imagine it's Nashor's for Ziggs here. No adaptive helm here, so what is it? JG, I guess, would be fine for Silco. I don't really see what else there is. I mean, you don't really want to take a frontline item. So yeah, okay, these slams look perfectly reasonable. And he's looking at this point at leveling here and just getting Blitzcrank back in and being 5 Black Rose, 5 Dominator. I mean, fine for now. And I mean, you know, if he ever does pick up the Mordekaiser, you do just pivot over to 6 Dominator, 4 Black Rose, I would think. That's better than just playing a random Garen, but we'll see. I guess he was holding on to the Swain for a second. I'm not sure exactly why. But all right. I mean, with this Econ Augment, you can be super down to level in a spot like this? I think you should be. Yeah, and then honestly, just burn your econ every single round, because one single Mordekaiser is actually just a huge spike for this board. So making sure that he is keeping his big buddies, bulky buddies value every single round, trying to make sure Scion is just in a spot where it can CC melee carries. This is actually pretty rough Scion positioning because it was on the opposite side of their melee carry, but it ended up being fine. The Ziggs just doing so much damage, actually. Ziggs 3. And it was just like, I don't know, I kind of, as I usually do in these VOD reviews, interrupted myself when I was in the middle of a thought, but like, I feel like most people don't play this style of Ziggs reroll, if you can even call it Ziggs reroll. But I have seen a decent amount of people do exactly what Soju did this game. You just go fast 8, maybe roll a teeny bit on 7 or 6, but you go fast 8, and then you just say, if I find Ziggs 3 on 8s, then boom, I play it. If I don't, okay, then I'll move items over to Silco. But you just leave it as an option. You don't just explicitly roll for Ziggs because you want to find all of these units, but you keep him as a secondary little like option. And if you hit a bunch of Ziggs like Soju did this game, then boom, you play Ziggs 3. And I mean, he's doing fantastic here. Off carousel here, I don't see anything that's too spicy here. There's like a Gwinsu's for LeBlanc, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess you would, he's just gonna go double spark in this spot just to guarantee some more MR shred. Yeah, I'm not, I don't know why he's reacting so much to that carousel. Is there something I'm missing? Is there some secret double spark tech? I don't think so. Maybe Soju's just yapping at somebody in Twitch chat or something. Considering the Trundle in here just for Bruiser and for Scrap, which is kind of cute, just a little bit of extra shielding onto these units. And I mean, the Bruiser is actually like not bad at all here onto an Elise 2 at this point. So yeah, looks a bit stronger. This is Trundle's kind of a funny unit that oftentimes you can fit onto these boards just because you're playing Ziggs, or if you end up playing like a Rumble later, and you're always playing Bruiser with Elise. So it actually works out quite nicely. But all right, the lobby is winding down at this point. We're almost guaranteed a top 4. We did, oh my god, we killed a Rumble first. Talking about Rumble, if you want to play it, you lose out on Bruiser, but you get a much better unit in. So he's just gonna roll it down completely, looking for just some kind of upgrade here. He's really digging for that Mordekaiser. Ideally, does not even find it. Ends up just playing a Jace on this board. Really, Soju's just, he's doing a great job of showing us every unit that can fit on this board. Trundle, Rumble, Jace, like every single unit that we pick up, he's finding ways to fit it onto his board in that last slot, because they all have some kind of, you know, utility that they can give to the board, whether it's the Bruiser, whether it's just being a good unit, or whether it's being a form swapper, and just Jace also being a really good unit. Also, another kind of like fake unit that gives like an extra unit to play on that board in the Hex Gate, so that's pretty cool. But he finally actually settles on, I don't know yet, actually. He's just rolling, he's losing his mind trying to look for the 6 Dominator upgrade, which I believe is what he really would like for Christmas. But yeah, let's roll down, see if we can find one single Mordekaiser. My god, it's crazy how long it's taken for us to find one. Not, you know, holding on to Jace is an extra option. Boom, there it is. So that's the Morgana out immediately. Mordekaiser gets taken. We could take a Mordekaiser item here, and he is going to grab it. So he's going to go the Edge of Night and the Ionic Spark. The idea was he was looking for a Mordekaiser item, and Ionic Spark was kind of the best one that he could take here. I mean, it makes sense in hindsight, and looking for items for your duo carry, a very good way to cap out. Close loss there from Soju, though, against a very strong, I have to imagine that was a scrap board. There's another Mordekaiser. Hopefully we can, dude, if somebody has a Mordekaiser, we should try to kill it. Ooh, wait, really? That's the swap in there? What did we just swap out? We swapped out a Black Rose unit, right? He swapped out Vladimir. He swaps this in for Vladimir. Form Swapper, Conquer, and Sork onto this board. I mean, you lose, you know, Vlad as a Sork, but, huh, interesting. Form Swapper and Conqueror here. Like, he values that higher than he values the 4 Black Rose. Huh. I mean, I could certainly see it. I think there is a lot of sense that this makes. All right, we need to win this fight, though. This is really scary because we have lost quite a few fights with this board, actually, just because we're stuck level 9, no Mordekaiser 2 with basically double econ augment. This fight is also looking pretty rough. Are we dead? We are, but is it top 4 or is it a top 3? It's a top 3. Very nice from Soju, farming the top 3s. Look, I know you guys say you always want to see more games that aren't first, so I've listened to your feedback and given you guys a third on 6-3. Cool line. Didn't end up winning the lobby because, I mean, honestly, if he had found Mordekaiser too, he had good odds of winning the lobby, but just it was kind of disgusting how few Mordekaisers that we found, and the fact that we're a double econ aug, so caps out decently high. But I mean, a cool way to show how to play around a secondary carry in this comp and just play for random Ziggs 3, boom, you play it and you get a good game. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you're interested in free coaching, link in the description down below. though. All you got to do is like literally downloading that game is one entry into the free coaching giveaway, and then playing further on in the goals gives you more entries. And like I said, there's not that many entries right now, so if you get your entries in, you are like super likely to get free coaching. All right, I will see you guys later. Yeah, bye.